Good morning, students. I hope you must be doing your assignment, going through the chapter because this chapter is very new for you. Tissue, you are studying for the first time. So keep updated yourself. If you have any doubt, you can ask through the campus care. So in the last video, we have studied about the plant tissue. Plant tissue is of two types, that is the meristematic tissue and permanent tissue. Meristematic tissues are those tissues which are having the capacity to divide, whereas those meristematic tissue which has lost the power of division is known as the permanent tissue. So as meristematic tissue is having the capacity to divide, they helps in growth and development of the plant. Now characteristic of meristematic cells. So all of you are knowing that tissues are made up of similar cells. So those cells which involve in the formation of meristematic tissues, they are having few characteristics. Now what are these characteristics? The first characteristic of these cells are, the cells are small, spherical or polygonal. Cell wall is made up of cellulose because it is the plant cell. So cell wall is made up of cellulose. Intercellular spaces are absent. Nucleus is large because it is having the capacity to divide fast. Cytoplasm is dense. Vacuoles are absent or very small. Now you think why vacuoles are absent or very small in meristematic tissue? You have studied in chapter 1 also function of vacuoles. They help to keep the food or to store the food. So as these cells are very active, they are dividing at a very fast rate. So vacuoles are either absent or very small. Now function of this meristematic tissue. It take part in growth by formation of new cells because they are keep on dividing. So they help in the growth. Next, the place of injury is healed up by the formation of new cell because they are having the capacity to divide. So as they divide, they help in the healing of the injured part. Meristematic tissue is the parent tissue from which other tissues develop, because already I have told you in the last video that those meristematic tissue which has lost the power of division, they develop into the permanent tissue. So meristematic tissue is the parent tissue from which other tissue develop. Now, according to the location of the meristems present in the part of the plant, meristematic tissues are of three types. They are apical, intercalary or lateral. Now see this diagram carefully. Apical meristematic tissue or apical meristem are present at the tip of the root or the shoot. So they help in the growth and development of the plant. Next is lateral meristem or the lateral meristematic tissues. They are present at the side of the plant. So they help to increase the girth of the plant. Girth means the, you can say the diameter of the stem. So it helps to increase the girth of the plant. Next is intercalary meristem. Intercalary meristem, they are present at the nodes and internodes. Now you must be thinking what is node and what is internode. So node is the place from where the leaves or the branches arises, and the place between the two node is known as the internode. Understood? The place from where the leaves or the branches are arising, they are known as the nodes, or the difference, or we can say that the place between the two node is known as the internode. So to next is the apical meristem. This you have to write in your copy. Definitions or the function of this. Apical meristem occur at the growing tip of stem and roots. Apical meristem produces growth in length of root and stem. Intercalary meristem occur in the intermediate position at the base of the leaves, base of the internodes or below the nodes. Intercalary meristem helps in growth of leaves and internodes. Lateral meristem or the lateral meristematic tissues occur on the sides both in stem and root. Lateral meristem increases girth of stem and root. Now to make this more clear, I have attached a video along with it. So we will study now through the video. Plants have two types of tissues, dividing and non-dividing tissue. Dividing and non-dividing tissues. Now let us look at the technical term for these tissues. The dividing tissues in plant are also known as the meristematic tissue. Meristem is derived from a Greek word meristos, meaning divided. Well, the main function of this tissue is to divide and help the plant to grow. Now, where will we find these tissues in a plant? So, they are at the places where the plant part shows growth, that is the growing part. As we have studied in the last video that all the parts of the plant does not grow. The growth is restricted to the certain part of the plant. Now, meristematic tissue has been named differently based on the part where they are found. These three types of meristematic tissues are there. They are apical meristematic tissue, second is lateral meristematic tissue, and third is intercalary meristematic tissue. Apical meristems are found in the growing tips of the stem and the roots. See in the video. These tissues divide and help to increase the length of the plant. See, there it is being made circle. Next is lateral meristematic tissue. Lateral means side to side and means girth of the plant. The lateral meristematic tissue divides and increases the girth of the plant. Girth is also known as the cambium of the plant. Next is intercalary meristematic tissue. Intercalary meristematic tissue. These tissues are found at the base of leaves or internode. It helps in the growth of the twigs into branches. As these tissues are very active, so the cells in these tissues are filled with cytoplasm. They required a lot of energy and nutrition to carry out various functions. Now, interesting fact about this meristematic tissues. At the initial stages, these tissues are not differentiated into any specific type. Once they divide and mature, after completing growth of the plant, its characteristic changes. Then they are differentiated into component of single tissue. Division of labor takes place only after maturity. Until then, all the meristematic tissue exhibit the same function of the same plant. So, I hope you must have understood the topic. Complete these definitions in your copy. Whatever the type of meristematic tissue I have taught you in this video, this all you write in your copy. And if you have any doubt, you can ask through the campus care. Thank you.